really good pledge. To lose 3 random minor afflictions, but the 3 I want are the 3 I like. Game. All right, I'm not sure if this is working. No, I know it's working. I was trying to figure out what was going on with Twitch. Oh, give me a second here. Let me mute that. Trying to figure out what was going on with Twitch and Kick. So basically, Twitch and Kick had an issue where it won't actually stream. It won't start a stream for some reason because it was having issues with its stream key, stuff like that. So I think I just fixed it. I think everything is fine now. So Kick looks to be fine. Twitch looks to be fine. And I think I fixed a lot of issues that I had. So essentially, I do apologize for not attending the Saturday stream. Essentially, what happened was I had some technical issues with both setups. So I run one, and then my girlfriend has a setup as well. And essentially, what was happening is we were having people that were having issues trying to watch our stream and stuff like that. The problem that happened is because I have multiple monitors. I have a gaming monitor that's a 2K monitor, and I have bought a 4K gaming monitor, but it wasn't working. It was giving me problems. So I went ahead and returned it and got my 2K monitor back. Well, in doing so, I changed my girlfriend's resolution from 4K to 2K, and then mine went down from 4K to 2K. Or I'm sorry, from 2K to 4K, and then mine went down from 4K to 2K. So essentially, it doesn't really matter. But basically, in OBS, there is a base canvas and a scaled canvas, essentially. And basically, the base canvas is supposed to be the canvas of the monitor or the resolution of the monitor, and it was set to 4K instead of 2K. So both of our graphics cards were working harder than it needed to be, and that was what was causing our issue. So I got all of that resolved, but that took a lot of time. Ate my whole day, that kind of thing. So we're back. I do apologize. Hi, how you doing? How you be? Talk to the AB. Hope everybody having a good Christmas Eve. Oh my goodness. Christmas Eve, Christmas evening. My name is Anthony, and basically we are looking at a lot of game trailers, taking a look at a few things. Also, I have a Sonic the Hedgehog review 3 coming out, or Sonic the Hedgehog 3 review coming. We'll do that together. There's a lot I want to talk about when it comes to that movie, because that movie is just, it's like it like kissed my childhood or something. I was gonna say made out with my childhood, but it sounded weird. But yeah, essentially that's what it was. It was just an homage to my childhood. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. As far as trailers go, let's go ahead and take a look here. Let me go ahead and click on it. We have Lighthouse of Madness, Power World, Chocolate Factor Simulator, Elf Lock, Sword of Convalaria, Star Citizen, Wuthering Waves has some trailers, Genshin Impact has some trailers, as well as Everspace 2. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me make sure everything is working properly. Oh yeah, I forgot that I am not going live on TikTok just yet. Alrighty, and there goes TikTok there. Should be working just fine. And yeah, so I think everything is good. It doesn't really say anything, but I'm hoping everything is good, but I'll know here pretty soon. So let me actually just go ahead and grab the Kick Chat just in case. Sometimes it doesn't like the whole Kick Chat thing, so I kind of put it off to the side. So let me just pop this out real quick and we can begin. Pop out chat. There we go. So let me pop this out, throw it in a corner, and we should be good here. So put this back down and get this out of the way. Make sure this is on. Yeah, looks to be on. So yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get things started here. My phone. Oh my God. The phone. Hey, you know, you should be streaming right now. That's my phone for you. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get things started here. I do apologize. It's going to turn black for like one quick second while I fix the edge. Oop, no, wrong one. Edge. Wow, that wasn't first. That was weird. Okay, cool. So that should have fixed that. And yeah, we should be good. Alrighty, so starting off here, we're gonna start off with Lighthouse of Madness official gameplay trailer. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Ooh, coral. It's easier to walk with your eyes open. I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It was okay. So I'm guessing it's kind of like a scary kind of finding objects and running from creatures kind of thing. I'm guessing. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really tell you a whole lot. So let's go ahead and take a look at it from the actual trailer part of it. Watch the gameplay trailer for Lighthouse of Madness, a Lovecraftian puzzle game developed by Flying Jack Studios. Players will discover the mysteries that await on the island, explore the enigmatic lighthouse, solving challenging puzzles, and try not to lose your sanity when facing the darkness. Lighthouse of Madness is launching in 2025 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, as well as Nintendo Switch and PC on Steam. Okay, cool. So it's a puzzle game. All right, cool. Gotcha. So, I mean, they could have just said puzzle game, but you know, I digress. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alrighty. And next one up here is Power World official Fabric gameplay trailer. Aw. Oh, Raiko. Uh-oh, Ice Vulpix, let's go. Aw. Uh-oh, dope Pokeball. Oh snap, they got a new Pokemon. I mean, what do they call wait, they're pals, right? They got a new pal. Name that Pokemon. No, okay. I want to play Pal World. I need to play Power World, and it's sad that I don't know any of the characters' names or whatever. I saw it when it came out, but I came to it a little bit too late. By the time I got to it, it had already been out for like a month, and I was like, I'm already playing something else. I think I was playing like Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Waves or something, and I just never really got a chance to get back to it. But I mean, you know, a Black Dragonite. I mean, hey, you already got me just from that alone, and on top of that, he could fly. Well, okay. To be fair, obviously Dragonite can learn extreme speed. So technically Dragonite can go fast. It's just that he's a slow Pokemon is what I was actually about to get to. But I digress. It looks awesome. It looks pretty cool, especially if you're a big Power World lover. And yeah, so Power World, official Fade Break gameplay trailer. Looking good. Also, when does it come out? And Fade Break DLC for Power World is available now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. So it's available right now. Alrighty here, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. So the next one up is Chocolate Factory Simulator official release trailer. I like chocolate. Okay, kinda. Y'all got any stevia? Wow, a Zeppelin. Yo, they better come in on Amazon in 3 to 5 business days. Make it in the game, ship it on Amazon. Oh, that white chocolate? Oh. Oh, that's cute. Aw. Well, she's pretty. But it reminds me of well, okay, obviously Charlie and the Chocolate Factory took homage to that because it's basically like a steampunk version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Granted, I'm talking about the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not the more recent one, which is a steampunk version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with the guy from Dune. I forgot his name, but yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. It looks very peaceful and very calming, especially when you can make the chocolate and then order it on Amazon. So you know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. But yeah, this looks really cool. This looks like a nice, peaceful simulator that people can enjoy. Especially if you're not really into shooters and fighting games and stuff like that. This is kind of a nice break from that. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Simulator will be available on PC on January the 7th, 2025. Add to wishlist on Steam. Alrighty. And next up here, we have Elflock official gameplay trailer.
Your Majesty, welcome home.
Lady Ariana, it's so good to be back after all these years. If only the circumstances were better.
Let's not sugarcoat it. We are at war, and we're losing it. Lord Katov fights valiantly to defend our borders from the Enlightened, but he alone is not enough. Our soldiers are tired. The Fae's magic is waning, and even nature itself seems helpless against our enemies. Especially with so many cowardly hearts and selfish minds within these walls, too.
What do you mean? I've only met friendly faces since I returned.
Do not be fooled, Your Majesty. Deception and betrayal are running amok around here, weakening us from within until it is all over. Unless, perhaps, you could do something about it.
But how?
You'll need to be sharp and resourceful. If you want to uncover the mysteries of this castle, leave no stone unturned. Look into every corner. Talk to the people, get to know them, and then use their needs and wants to your own advantage. And whatever you do, always be careful around the Fae. They might seem childish and harmless at first, but they'll curse you in a heartbeat if you offend them.
That sounds like a tall order, Lady Ariana. I don't know if I can measure up to a task so huge.
You have to, Your Majesty. For if you fail to discover the treachery that eats away at the soul of Iron Reach, we are all doomed.
Well, I mean, I don't, okay. This is just me. This is just the editor in me. And it's just like, okay, why would you zoom in on her face when it clearly looks like she's reading, or it's not, you know, completely set up? You know, there's no intensity in her face. So why would you zoom into it? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's different. It's different. I remember like Mass Effect, and not necessarily Mass Effect. Well, maybe Mass Effect and Dragon Age, those kind of games. They generally don't zoom in too far if they know that there's some issues with the face, kind of thing. You know, every time, every now and then, not including Andromeda, but if they know if the face doesn't look like there's actual earnest or actual meaning or insightfulness or anger or rage or fear or whatever, if they're not displaying that in their facial features, they'll kind of zoom out a little bit. I don't understand why they would zoom in on that shot. It doesn't look like she means it. It looks like she's reading it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a little off-putting. And her walking gait is a little off. So I don't know. It's like an indie kind of game is the way it kind of feels for me. But at the same time, you know, it might actually turn out to be good. I mean, it seems like a pretty interesting talking simulator. But here's your look at Elflock in this trailer for this upcoming cinematic UE5 single-player, third-person fantasy adventure game based on Hungarian folklore and medieval traditions. The Elflock trailer showcases gameplay as we learn more about the story. In Elflock, you're a princess returning to your home on the brink of war, and it's up to you to navigate the machinations of nobles surrounding the king. Engage in intricate dialogues and uncover mysteries in this branching fantasy tale. Elflock will be available on PC in 2025. You can learn more about the game on Steam if you're interested. Okay. Wow, Elflock, everyone. Elflock. I mean, it looks playable. We'll see if I actually play it, but I mean, it looks like it could be interesting. So who knows? I love, you know, folklore and, you know, Hungarian folklore, just any kind of folklore. Just learning about, you know, like past folklores has always been a big hobby of mine. Alrighty, so Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm here for it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. What is this? Oh, it's a gift? Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Alrighty, so Sonic the Hedgehog 3, all new trailers, sports, and clips. So basically, this is just the trailers of it. I'm just gonna talk while this goes. I have like my notes over here to the side, so please bear with me. So, okay. All right, so I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm so sorry. I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3, well, like 2 days ago. So I had some time to mull over my thoughts and everything. I never thought, like when you watch the first trailer, it wasn't really all that funny. I never really thought that the trailers mattered when it came to Sonic at this point, because they've already had 2 iterations that were really good. And on top of that, this is supposed to be Jim Carrey's last hurrah. It's where where I came from with this. I was like, Jim Carrey's not gonna drop the ball on this. And boy, did he not. They let him do whatever he wanted, and I was here for it, bro. If you had ever watched Jim Carrey throughout your career or throughout your history of childhood and growing up and being on this planet, and Ace Ventura and you know, Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty, and all that kind of stuff, if you have watched Jim Carrey throughout his career and you are a fan of his, this movie is freaking awesome. It's like a swan song, essentially, for Jim Carrey. And I am 100% here for it. Now, what I did like about it, the humans. So like in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, you get why they had humans, right? Because they didn't know for sure how people would take the creatures because of what happened with Sonic and how he looked like a gerbil in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. So the humans kind of were a main precedent. But here, the humans, you can actually see them kind of being phased out. Like, we don't really need humans at this point, you know what I mean? Sonic is kind of an adult. He has friends now, he has family, and so on and so forth. So he doesn't really need the humans anymore, and they kind of took them completely out of the picture. They were there for like a little bit of it, you know, and then you can start to see why they probably shouldn't be there in the first place. I mean, you know, they can get hurt really easily. I mean, you're talking about like cosmic creatures, cosmic aliens that can basically float in space, you know what I mean? And they can do things, they can, you know, I mean, chaos control and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I'm not saying anything that's, you know, of the movie. I'm just saying Sonic and Shadow has chaos control. The man can teleport. He always could. So it's one of those kind of situations. Like, you shouldn't be there, bro. Like he can split you in half. Like, what are we doing? So I see why they're kind of bringing the humans down a notch, because they don't really need to be there anymore. Sonic can kind of carry things on his own. I rank him just as high as I rank Mario at this point, because I grew up, I never had a Nintendo. I had a Sega Genesis. So I grew up with Sonic, not Mario. I didn't get Mario until I paid for it. I paid for it like by work, and I still was like 13 or 14. When I got like I think I had a Nintendo 64. My cousin had like a Super Nintendo, but we didn't really play Mario. You know, we played Killer Instinct, but we didn't play Mario. So I didn't get into Mario. I played Super Mario Brothers 3, but I was already like maybe 9 or 10 when it came out. And so it's kind of, I'm a little behind when it comes to Mario. I didn't get into like maybe 12, 13, but I played Sonic from 1 to 3. Like, I played all of them. So that being said, I absolutely love that part. They also stay true to the game Sonic and Knuckles and are not besties. Oh yeah, so Sonic and Knuckles are not friends. They're cool with each other. They're like Leonardo and Raphael. And this is how I always made that comparison when I was a kid and I didn't have all of my motor skills yet. Sonic and Shadow are frenemies. Sonic and Knuckles are like rivals, is the way I kind of looked at it. You know what I mean? Like, Sonic and Shadow, they don't really even like each other. They're just enemies, you know what I mean? Whereas Sonic and Knuckles, they were always on the same team, but they were always kind of like butting heads. It reminded me of Leonardo and Raphael. You know what I mean? And they were always just kind of butting heads. And I love that part. Like, they stayed true to character. They were friends, but they also butt heads a lot. And I enjoyed that because, you know, Knuckles has always been of the Master Emerald, and Sonic is kind of like that person who has them both. Like, he can utilize both Master Emerald and Chaos. So I always enjoyed that. And then on top of that, they gave an homage to the Chow, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which is, you know, it has a bunch of Chows and everything. And I freaking love that. You know what I mean? And then, you know, and what the way they did and they handled that dynamic between the two was really great. Also, so not only did they let Jim Carrey be Jim Carrey, they also let Jim Carrey do whatever he wanted to do, and it was freaking awesome. And having two Jim Carreys was even better. They played off each other well, which I would imagine they would, because, you know, I mean, Jim Carrey can play well off of Jim Carrey pretty easily. And so, yeah, Dr. Robotnik has done everything to bring this franchise to what it is. So hats off to Jim Carrey. He has done everything he possibly can to make this show or this series grow, and it can take off on its own, and it is awesome. So shout out to Jim Carrey. That man did a phenomenal job, and he deserves the respect and recognition that man gets. And oh yeah, they let Shadow be Shadow, and Shadow has always been the brooding type. And to let Keanu Reeves play Shadow was great because all he was doing was brooding. That was pretty much his whole thing. And Keanu Reeves is a pretty brooding guy. Well, I mean, he's also great. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying his style is very brooding. He reminds you of, what's his name? My mind just went blank. the scene with the gun and the guy and the hotel, all that. John Wick. He reminds me of John Wick a lot. He's very John Wick-esque. and he basically he's kind of out for revenge, and he doesn't stop on his path towards revenge, and he's very John Wick in that way. There's no falters, there's no steps. Now he may realize, you know, he may do something wrong or something like that, but he's very one-dimensional. But you start to see his layers unfolding as the movie progresses, and that's something that I really, really enjoy. And so, you know, and I'll try to do as much as I can without telling anybody the trailers or the story or anything like that. But yeah, and also the ending was, I'm not gonna say nothing, and stay off of YouTube because YouTube will spoil it for you. But the ending was freaking awesome, and I absolutely loved it. Everybody in the audience was cheering. I was cheering. I was having a great time because it was just a hallmark to everything that I've seen in my history. And when I think back, oh, I'm sorry, this is actually playing this. And when I think back to all the things that I've seen and between Sonic and Mario, they have been two of the best movies to actually keep true to people's childhoods and not absolutely destroy them. And hats off to those two franchises for trying to stay true to character with the Super Mario movie and also Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I rank 3 higher than I rank 2 and 1. 2 and 1 were good, but it was almost like I'm putting my feet in the water, seeing what happens. Do y'all like this or do you not like this? Okay, we'll come back. We'll circle back in like 6 months. Let's get a bigger budget because clearly we don't have enough money to afford what you think Sonic should look like on film. So I appreciate what they did with Sonic, and they just did not destroy it. It is one of the best adaptations I have seen to date. And I have seen them all. I'm talking about, I saw Tomb Raider when Tomb Raider first came out with Angelina Jolie. I've seen them all. And this one is one of the best. It stands toe to toe with Mario. Some people, if they grew up with Mario, they may say Mario is better. Some people who grew up with Sonic will say Sonic is better. I say Sonic is better. And the reason why I say Sonic is better is because it stayed true to itself. It stayed true to Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey carried this thing. Same way Jack Black carried Super Mario, but Jack Black isn't retiring. So you felt the feels on this one. You know what I mean? Whereas Super Mario, you felt the feels, but you're like, Jack Black, he'll be back for another. Like, I'm not even worried. The man will still act. You know what I mean? That's the way Super Mario Brothers 3 felt like it could have another one. Whereas Sonic the Hedgehog 3 felt like it's almost the end. And that's the way Sonic the Hedgehog 3 felt, like it was the end. There was no 4. I mean, there was a Sonic and Knuckles, but that was on Sega Saturn or something? Sega CD. No one cared. So it's one of those things. And the next Sonic I remember was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So I don't know what happened between there. I was still developing as a human. So for Sonic, for me, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is kind of where it ended for me. And then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle came out, but that was about it. You know what I mean? So for me, I absolutely enjoyed everything about Sonic and where they have come from to where they are now. The progression and the storytelling of Sonic is freaking awesome. And I like that they kept the characters true to themselves. Sonic stayed Sonic. He's a little bit more punsy, but Sonic is still Sonic. He's kind of that leader-esque kind of person, but he's also kind of an airhead. Tails is still Tails. He's still that smart person. Oh my God, they did the, okay. They did the Tails, you know, when Sonic jumps on Tails and Tails flying with them, it was so good. I was so excited. I was like, if they jump on Tails in order to float, I'm gonna freaking lose it. It was so good. So I'm that's like the first 5 minutes. So I didn't do anything. So I do apologize. But oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. And Tails stayed Tails. Knuckles stayed Knuckles. You know, he didn't try to be like some super friendly person. No, Knuckles is Raphael. He's very big. He's brooding. He's bulky, and he's very, very to his own. He's his own man. You know what I mean? Where if he doesn't feel like this is the right way, he's not gonna go that way. You know what I mean? That's the way Knuckles rocks. He was like, okay, I'm with you until you say something crazy, and I'm gonna do my own thing. That's the way Knuckles rocks, and I am here for it. I am here for the way that man rocks. And so all in all, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is probably one of the best movie adaptations I have seen to date. I rank it higher than Mario, and I probably give it somewhere around an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10, because of how accurate it was to Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in my entire childhood. I am done. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, man. Thank you so much for keeping true to my legacy of growing up as a human. So yeah, it was so good. It's so good. I definitely recommend it. That movie was freaking awesome. I figured I had to say something because I'm like one of those people who actually grew up with Sonic, where some people grew up with Mario, grew up with Final Fantasy. I grew up with Sonic. I didn't grow up with Mario or Final Fantasy. I hit Final Fantasy at 14. I hit Mario at like 9, 10, but I hit Sonic at like 2. so like I was with Sonic. Sega Genesis is what I had first. So that's how I rocked it. Now I had a Nintendo, so I knew about Mario. It's just that I didn't get a Super Nintendo at all. I got a Sega Genesis, and then after Sega Genesis, I think I went N64, and that was pretty much the end of it. You know what I mean? So just through that alone, you're gonna have Sonic. I had Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I played 2 and I played 1. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, everyone. I'm so glad I got that off my chest. I've been waiting to say that. I've been waiting to talk about this. I had it, but then all of my setups and all my settings and everything stopped working. So I'm so glad I was able to kind of get that off my chest because it needed to be talked about, and I'm so happy I did. Alrighty, it may sometimes just be my connection. Oh, so it looks like it might be a little laggy, but okay. So I'm just making sure y'all aren't having any issues. It looks to be fine. Let me move that and see what happens, and just make sure everything is good. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. But yeah, if it's laggy, let me know. But I think everything is fine, so I guess we'll find out here in a second. But yeah, everything should be good. But okay, cool. And that's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Let's go ahead and move on. Next up, we have Sword of Convallaria, Night Crimson official reveal trailer.
卒業したらウェーブラン治安局の機動隊に入るつもりなの。
なら私も一緒に行こう。ウェーブランを変えたいと思ってるのはあんた一人だけじゃないからさ。
私と出会ってくれて、そばにいて私を守ってくれて本当にありがとう。準備はいいかな？じゃ出発。二人とも思ったより早く成長してるのね。同じ証拠でも見方によって解釈も違ってくるわ。
あんたもあの事件は怪しいって思ってるんだよな。
なかなかいい腕だ。この現場はソナタラに任せた。
現状を変え正義を取り戻す。私たちはそのためにここにいる。くそ、正面からぶつかっても勝ち目がありません。
その憎しみこそが生きる力だ。それでよかったんです。
この場で命を落とそうとも決して引きはしない。心の中の正義は実現しねえ。永遠にな。
この先どんな難局に直面するかあなたが知らないわけがあるまい。
誰かが担わなくてはならない。どんな代償を払ってでも。
後悔するような決断だけは絶対にしちゃダメだ。
いつまでも続きますように。
Okay, I was confused for a second there. Oh, I didn't want it to do that. Okay. Oh, it's gonna do the trailer. Hold on. Just give it a second. It has to do this so we can skip to this so we can do this and talk about it. At first, it looked almost like it was like girls versus boys for a second there. I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to figure out what was going on, but it looks amazing. Okay. Final Fantasy 3 on the mobile app, like on phone, is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Like, that game was awesome. Like, I never played Final Fantasy 3. I kind of came back to it. I played 7, then I played 10, and 10 is where it popped off for me. And 10, I was like, oh my god, this game is so awesome. So then I played everything else. So then I played 12 and all the iterations of 12 and so on and so forth. And so I came back to 3 because I had already played 10 and 12, and I thought it was freaking awesome. And 3 was really good. And this is the style of 3. It looks exactly like how Final Fantasy 3 looked, but it looks like it has a little bit more movies into it, a little bit more actual cinematics, whereas Final Fantasy 3 didn't have any of that. So that's what it reminds me of. So I actually do like this style. I enjoy it very much because it harkens back to when I played Final Fantasy 3 on the mobile, and I think I was like at work or something. It was a long story. I was on break, I promise. But yeah, Final Fantasy 3 was really good. And this looks really good as well. It looks like your typical RPG with a lot of different elements and a lot of teammates you can choose from. And I'm trying to, kind of get an idea of the story. But yeah, but it looks like kind of like a Elsa Anna kind of story. You know what I mean? Then it looks like, your typical Final Fantasy 7 story where you're trying to overthrow somebody or your bros forever or something like that. It's like the reverse of that. But not that it's wrong or anything like that. It's just I was trying to figure it out because you can't tell girls from boys and, some Final Fantasy games because they have the same kind of hair. You know what I mean? So I was trying to figure out because they were like hugging and they were in the same bed together. And I was just like, okay, is it a girl and a boy? And it's like a boy trying to save a girl or a girl trying to save a boy, like Peach trying to save, or Zelda or Peach trying to save Mario or Zelda respectively. Or is it like two girls in a friendship, Zelda or Anna Elsa kind of thing? Looks like Anna Elsa. And, there's nothing wrong with that because I freaking love Frozen, the first one. After that, she became a god. So before that, she was great. But once her only problem was herself, it's a wrap for me. That's anyone. That's why I don't like Superman. I don't like anybody whose so strong that their only weakness is themselves. Superman, he's bad against other people who have the same powers as him, or like the Green Lantern because he's bad against magic. So those kind of situations. So I don't really dig those kind of characters who are just super power, Captain Marvel, so on and so forth. But yeah, Sword of Convallaria, Night Crimson looks pretty good here. And let's see when it's coming out. Okay, so it'll be available on PC and mobile December 27, 2024. So basically, I nailed it. So basically, it's going to be on a mobile. So that makes sense. Alrighty, Sword of Convallaria. I said that right like 4 times, and I am proud of myself. I'm taking that. Alrighty, next up here, we have Star Citizen Official. What is Star Citizen trailer?
Contact front. Nice work.
Okay, Star Citizen, everyone. So
Come home for the holidays.
I miss it every time. So what is Star Citizen? Take a look at what is Star Citizen. For Star Citizen, a multiplayer online space trading and combat simulation game developed by Cloud Imperium. Players can fly, trade, mine, salvage, fight, race, and explore the universe of Star Citizen. Okay, now we can take it back. I may just go ahead and pay for a subscription, a second subscription, so that I don't have to show you guys my account whenever I'm doing this. That way I can just get rid of ads, because it's starting to become kind of a pain. Because it's kind of hard to talk about a game when you switch to an ad so quickly I can't stop it. But yeah, and explore the universe of Star Citizen, get the rundown on the game with the latest trailer for Star Citizen, available now on PC. Star Citizen has been out for a while. I've heard about it. I just haven't had a chance to play it. I'm not really into you know, like mining and all that kind of stuff. Any type of crafting, mining, I've never been a thing. I think WoW messed me up because I wasn't a fan of it in WoW either. Skinning, leatherworking, mining. I didn't like having to run the nodes and, you know, try not to fight ads, because I was a paladin, and paladins weren't exactly the fastest until they got what was it? Shocking light or something like that. It gave them like speed for like 6 seconds, but they weren't really very fast. You know what I mean? So I never really liked having to mine. It was never really my thing, even though mining was the one I chose. It's just I don't like the whole crafting thing. It was never really my dig. But I mean, I can't even think of a single game that did it right, where I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God, I want to keep doing this forever, kind of thing, you know? So that's just kind of me. I mean, okay, I would say there are some games where skinning is pretty good because you have to like fight the animals. But but outside of that, it was never really my bag. But yeah, Star Citizen though, I mean, it's kind of a Mass Effect-esque kind of thing, Mass Effect 2, 3 kind of thing. So yeah, Star Citizen. Alrighty, next up, we have Wuthering Waves official Renacita area preview trailer. I haven't played Wuthering Waves in about a month, and that's only because, you know, Path of Exile 2 has taken my time. But Wuthering Waves may get some of it back because my character's almost maxed now. I got it. Hey, got it just in time. All right, so Wuthering Waves. I love Wuthering Waves. I thought it was a really good game, especially when it comes to gachas. It's probably one of my favorite gachas. But to be fair, I truly mean that. It came from other gachas, right? Because Genshin Impact was kind of one of the first to really kind of bring it home. Like I played gachas before that. I played Brave Frontier, and that game was freaking crazy addictive. But Genshin Impact is probably the one who probably did it right for the most part. Now, there's a lot of things people can say about Genshin Impact, but one thing you can't say about it is that it came at a place, and everything that came after it is an iteration of Genshin Impact. So it was kind of like the first of its kind in that genre, in that niche. And so Genshin Impact has kind of paved the way for Wuthering Waves to be what Wuthering Waves is, which is a really good game. I really enjoy playing Wuthering Waves. Plus, Wuthering Waves has an issue though. It's free. That's his issue. And it's not that it's bad. I mean, obviously, most people would want Wuthering Waves to be free. So I'm not saying that. It's just that because it's free, okay, it's a gacha game. And so, you know, you spend more money to make your character better. The problem is you could save up enough to pull for anybody you want to. Your weapon is automatic. So all you have to do is just pull for it. So the character, you know, there's a pretty good shot that you can get the character right off the bat. And so once you have that character and you get their weapon, you're pretty much set. And then they gave you a free character that's also really, 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 really good. So because of that, nobody has a need to pull for any characters. For what? You gave me all the characters I need, bro. You gave me the character and you made the weapon free. So because for a gacha game, Wuthering Waves is kind of free. I like it because of that. But at the same time, you know, it's easy to get pulled away from it because there's nothing gripping you. I don't have, you know, $20,000 invested like Genshin Impact that makes me come back because I want to see my money and see where I spent that and made that horrible decision. You know what I mean? But I mean, I got a lot of memories from it. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I don't have that investment. I'm not fully invested into Wuthering Waves because I didn't spend as much money. Like I didn't have to spend as much money for my characters in Wuthering Waves. I just have the characters that I ran, and I do like them. But you know, Zhang Liao, when he came out and he gave characters a really powerful lightning main DPSer to apologize for the character that they gave us at launch, they made it so that you really just didn't need to actually run anything else. You didn't really need to pull for another DPSer because all the other characters were just as good. It really kind of just depended on, hey, are you resistant to me or not? If you're resistant to me, I'll use somebody else. But if you're not, I'm gonna tear you up. That's pretty much how it works. So Wuthering Waves has a free problem, and I think they'll probably address it one of these days. But so far, if you're looking for a free gacha, Wuthering Waves, by hands down. If you just play the game, you can get whatever character you want. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but for the fans it is. So hey, Wuthering Waves staying true to itself. Alrighty, bring it on in to Genshin Impact, who also has an official Stand With Malvika trailer. I don't know if I can say that right, Malvika. I think I actually said it right the first time, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so Malvika, that's so basically they kind of made it a kind of a real world thing. Malvika is a what do they call them? It's been a while. She's kind of like essentially the fire lord, the fire god, and basically she fights with her motorcycle. And she's throughout the story, she's a really good character. I wish she had a little bit more depth than what she did. Like when you think about like some of the other characters like Nahida's story was crazy. Like Nahida was about a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream kind of thing. Malvika, you know, they're dealing with things and they're dealing with things on the other, they have kind of like a dream world kind of thing. But I don't know, I think Nahida's story was a little bit stronger. I think Raiden's story was a little bit stronger. But Malvika, her story is still unfolding, so we'll see exactly how that goes. I haven't played in a while, so she may have gotten better. But, you know, the character itself, a fire character that kind of boosts other fire characters and other characters is always a great thing, a great thing to come to Genshin. It's just, I don't know if you really need it at this point. You know, they have like 87 characters. So I don't know if you really need a new character, but if you're just joining, Malvika is definitely a great character to pick up, especially if her banner turns out really good. I'm not sure what else is on her banner, but the character herself is really good. I've seen, you know, some of the skills and stuff like that she's going to have. I'm excited for her. She's really good. Alrighty, and the last one for today, Everspace 2 official expansion teaser trailer. Let's go. Okay, well that laid an egg. So it doesn't really tell us a whole lot, and I have to get through this in 30 seconds, so please bear with me. Watch expansion teaser trailer for Everspace 2, a single-player spaceship shooter game developed by Rocketfish Games. Players will soon get a look at the new expansion for the game as space pilots return to Athon, one of the star systems coming in the expansion. A full announcement, expansion title, and more will be revealed for Everspace 2 in 2025. Everspace 2 is available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Oh, just in time, I made it. So, I mean, it doesn't really tell you much, but you know, obviously more to come in 2025. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Everspace 2. So, okay. All right. So kind of getting back to, what's the name of it? Path of Exile 2. All right, so I kind of got to a point where my character is comfortable, where I'm like, okay, my character's pretty good. And I'm comfortable like showing it's like, okay, my character has gotten a lot better than they did. I've worked out a few kinks with them. So they're still big and lumbering. I don't think you can kind of get away from that. But at the same time, they are a character that I enjoy playing. And they kind of have now carved out a niche that I actually really enjoy. And that niche is ultimatum. They're actually really good at ultimatum. So let me start this up and we can kind of talk about it. But I'm really excited for the character that I created. They are better at bossing than most characters, but I think Path of Exile 2 just makes it easier for bossing because of the way you can move around. But let me go ahead and load this up here. So I do apologize if you hear any music in the background. Is it everything fine? I think everything's fine. Yeah, everything seems fine. So we'll see how that goes. But I can try on my cell phone, but I think it's okay. If it's a problem, I'll come back to it later. Alrighty, here, just starting this up. And let me go ahead and switch over. All right, so here's my character again. Alrighty, so there have been some updates, some changes. So first thing is my character, I essentially got my armor up quite a bit. My evasion is also up. It was at 0 before, now it's at 23%. My block chance is 75. So basically I'm pretty tanky. So I like having a main and a backup kind of thing. So my armor and then also my block chance really kind of saves me a lot. I did get capped on everything. So I'm capped on fire, lightning, code, and chaos. Not only am I capped, I'm capped to the point where even if I got temporal change or whatever elemental ailments or whatever that makes it so that you lose 15% of your elements, it doesn't actually affect me. So I'm actually still really good on that. So I'm happy about that. And then my character, so I'm still rocking kind of the same gear, but I've made some changes. So basically I got +3 to the level skills of all melee. I do want to get this to like a +7, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not exactly upset about it though. And then my helm is just my helm. I think I made this myself. It's okay. I really just wanted stats more than I wanted anything else. Stats and life. And then everything else just kind of fell where it needed to. I needed accuracy. I was a little low on accuracy, but it works out pretty well. This is my armor. I got the armor stacked to like 960 armor. I would like something a little bit stronger for armor, but at the same time, it gets 40% fire and 24% cold, which is something I really needed. Plus 29 to life and 200 to life, 29 to strength. So that's like 250 life or 260 life. Like it's a lot of life from a chest, not named Belly of the Beast, right? So it's a really good amount of life. So I'm excited about this. I really love this chest. And then I put chaos resistance in there, and yeah, it's been rocking. So for my necklace, I'm thinking about going for ohms, or I think I still have it. This guy, Zoph's Blood. Oh, that's what it's called, amulet, because it gives 13% increased max life, or 15% if you can find a 15%er. But I didn't want to pay that much for it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use it. And so my amulet doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. As you can see, I didn't want it to have a lot of stuff on it because I wanted to see if I was going to replace it with Zoph's amulet, and Zoph's amulet doesn't have much but strength and life. So I wanted this one to have strength and life, so that way I can kind of make it up in stats. That way if I swapped it out, it's cool. So it's okay. It gives 14 spirit. I really didn't need, well, okay, I needed 5 of it, but yeah. And then for the rings, I made an amethyst ring, and it came with a ton of cold and a crazy amount of lightning, as well as life, evasion, chaos resistance, because obviously it's an amethyst. I don't have strength on it. I do have one that does have strength, right here, but it doesn't have what I needed. Like, for example, it has strength and it has life and it has chaos resistance, whereas this one has cold and lightning. And I needed the cold and lightning. I wanted to get my resistances through my rings, so it is what it is. This one here is also pretty good. It doesn't have a whole lot of life, but the strength and dexterity I really needed. I wanted to make myself somewhat fast because my gloves and my boots are very dexterity heavy. So I needed the dexterity just to wield them. So that's what this is for. This right here. So basically I got a +2 to melee skills. Melee skills, I'm trying to get it really high, but I can only do so much, I was still at a point where I didn't know how to build money on the game because it was kind of hard because he kind of struggles with everything until now, you know, until you get him to like 90. But he struggles with everything, you know what I mean? But I created a build that I'm starting to like, and that solved a lot of my problems. And these gloves help with that because it's giving me the stats that I want because I needed really high strength and dexterity. And then the belt is meant to be swapped. And so it doesn't have a ton of stuff in it, but it has life, it has strength, and it has cold resistance. That way, if I run into a situation where I need corrupted blood, I can swap to it and everything will be just hunky-dory. So that's the reason why. So I have basically a way to swap my belts out. But I probably may get a stronger belt, but this belt is pretty good. I mean, it does really nice. It gives you a ton of life. It gives you a little bit of strength, but mostly it gives you some cold resistance, some armor. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then I like the 20% flash recovery applied instantly. That's really good for him. So that works out really well. So that's pretty much my stuff. And I'm using the freeze, obviously, because that's his biggest problem. Rarity of items found. And then I'm also using cannot be stunned. And I still get stunned because you can roll like high stun thresholds or mob stun easily and they'll stun you regardless. But if you go here, but my saving grace is that he has block chance, he has evasion, and he has leech. And so he's doing a whole lot here. So basically my tree, I've made some updates, but I trimmed all fat. So there's nothing fat on my tree anymore. And the thing that I really am liking is I did this point right here because I wanted the +5 strength and dexterity because I needed both points. And then for 1 point to get 5 strength and dexterity was really good for me. And then I was like, okay, I might come down and get these other ones, but I liked this right here. 18% increased armor and evasion, armor and evasion, armor and evasion, armor and evasion to bring me down here. And I ended up saying with this, I get that it's a reduced attack speed, but it's too much damage not to, because these two for a two-handed mace and shield is better than these two for a two-handed mace and shield, unless of course you turn this into a time lost ruby, which I didn't know was a thing. I knew it was a thing from PoE 1. I just didn't know it was a thing in PoE 2. I didn't know that it made its way over. So for those of you who aren't aware, timeless rubies and time lost rubies, they change in a certain area, a certain radius. They change the stats, the passives of certain passive notables. So for example, it may add strength or it may add area of effect, things of that nature. And it'll do it in a big circular cone or a big circular radius. And I didn't know that was a thing. So now that they have that, I may get a couple of those in order to change a few things. I'm liking this right here. 30% increased armor if you've been hit recently, 7% attack speed if you've been hit, and armor, and then thorns on this other side. But this I like because I'm like, okay, well, to get this much speed for being hit is pretty good because I get hit all the time. I mean, but the evasion doesn't help, but I get hit all the time. But here's the thing though, because I run armor and now I also run evasion, I don't like this 3 rage when hit by enemy, when hit by enemy, when hit by enemy, and when hit by enemy, because I'm never hit. I'm always moving. So because if your main ability is stampede, you're always moving and you don't get hit that much. And if you do, it might miss. So because it might miss, you know, it's kind of hard to generate rage that way. I found it way easier for me to generate rage over here. Gain 1 rage on melee hit, on melee hit, on melee hit, and then inherit loss of rage 25% slower. This is nice because I can just barrel through people. And I'm liking that it makes my hits on Stampede punchier, like they hurt. They really hurt. And without it, I don't know. I don't really like it without it. I think that it really needs this, and it helps a lot of different ways. So if you run into bosses that drain your mana, you don't care. If you run into bosses that or people that drain your mana, or people who have like mana regeneration loss, doesn't matter to you. If you run into bosses that say, okay, yeah, no elemental damage or no element, they have really high elemental resistances, I don't really care. You know, I can hit them with Sunder, I can hit them with Stampede. I just won't use Enraging Cry, so I won't put fire on it, but I'll just hit them with physical. So, you know, he has a lot going for him. He really can't be shaken, which is really good. So he can handle a lot of different situations. That's probably what I like a lot. If I get overran, I still have my shield wall to help me with that. So I can like back off and then kind of hit them with Sunder. And let's see here. I went for all the area effect I can. If I move this out the way, you can see I have these area effects. Now, I didn't go here because it's kind of far. It's a lot of points, and I may come back and get it. But if I did that, I would have to go through and get the resistances too. Not that it's bad, but I may need it eventually. It's just that this was cheaper. Like, it's straight cheaper to go this way and then have access to this than to go through here and go this way, because it's just more points. And I didn't know for sure if I wanted to spend it, especially when I know that these aren't as good as these down here. You know what I mean? It's kind of lackluster. But I don't like the fact that I missed that jewel socket now that I realize how important jewel sockets are with timeless and time loss. I didn't know that that was here in this game. So I may have to do a few things in order to get these 2 jewel sockets, because I do want them. And I may want the things around them depending on what I put in it. So I think that is it. I had to get a little bit more strength. I went ahead and did this. Oh, you can run brute strength. Like, if you run this right here, all mana cost is converted to life cost. I just did this because it's like, okay, well, I don't care if you reduce my mana anymore, because now I use life. So it doesn't matter anymore. So now, you know, my Sunder costs 400 life, my Shield Wall costs 96 life, and my Stampede costs 300 life. The thing about it though, it costs 300 life, but if you run, what is it? Berserk. So if you run Berserk, Berserk will heal you while you're hitting people. And then not only do you have, I run Berserk, I also run Time of Need. So between Berserk and Time of Need, by the time he hits the ground, or, you know, stomping the ground, they're already dead and he's already healed. So, and on top of that, I have really low life regen. It's not great. It's just kind of like a backup. Cause I was like, okay, I need a way to sustain his life in case you run into a situation where you can't use flask, or they take away your flask, which happens, right? So I was like, okay, I need a way to back it up so that he can heal himself, because I can die that way. And so now I get my health healing off of leech. And the fact that, you know, as soon as I start raging out, I heal myself from raging out, which is really, really good. So now I have leech. If I hit an enemy, I also have rage, which generates healing, plus I have time of need. So, you know, if you run into a situation where they'd be like, okay, we're going to halve your life regeneration, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I ran into a situation where I was fighting, what was the name? Trial Master. And when I was fighting Trial Master, I used all my potions and I had no way of getting potions back because it's just you versus him. And so I just hit him, just hit the boss and hit him a couple times. And now I'm full health and everything was fine. So I like that ability, having a backup. Like, everything has a backup. Like, you can't rile him. That's what's so good about this build. And so everything's still the same as far as what he can do. Kind of like Shield Wall, you bring down Hammer of the Gods, and you can Sunder, and they'll kind of hit the same. His Sunder's a little slow. That's by design now, and I'm okay with it. Originally, essentially, all it means is martial tempo. So I took martial tempo out because I gave it to Stampede, and now my Stampede is a 6 link. There's a reason for it though. So Stampede on its own is kind of a slow and lumbering skill, but when I put Martial Temple on there, it speeds it up a lot. But it also speeds up Sunder, probably even more so than it does Stampede, because Sunder does kind of need that speed so it can hit at the same time as Wrath of the Gods. The problem is, for me, I don't use Sunder when I'm fighting ads. I only use Sunder when I'm fighting a boss. So it's okay if it's a little bit slower when I'm fighting a boss. It's just that I want it to be slow when fighting ads. And so I just use Stampede for everything. And if it's something that's really crazy, then I'll use my Shield Wall and Sunder behind it, kind of thing. And now I put Super Critical on it. That way, if I do break the armor and I go for the Sunder, and the Sunder consumes the armor and it does an automatic critical damage, I'm okay with that. And I was like, I don't know why other people don't do this. So supported skills have 100% increased critical damage bonus. Supported skills have 20% less critical hit chance, right? So it's like, okay, you have reduced chance, but you have 100% on critical damage bonus. I was like, I don't care, right? Because when you look at Sunder, Sunder says, I guarantee you a critical hit if it consumes fully broken armor on enemies. So as long as you consume their armor, you guarantee a critical hit. The only problem with that now is that their armor depletes too fast for me to actually consume it. So he's a little slow, but I'll get him a little bit faster with a few moves, with a few things that I have plans on doing. Like, for example, if I gave it Martial Tempo, obviously that'll speed it up. But if I essentially go into this part of the tree, that would help. Okay, yeah, if I go into this part of the tree, that will help as well. Let me go ahead and remove that. Give me 1 second here. There we go. And so if I go into this part of, this part of the tree, it would help. It'll give me some extra attack speed and attack speed if you've been hit recently. And that would help a lot. But at the same time, I'm trying to dodge the boss. I'm not trying to get hit by him. So I'm not sure if that's actually any good. but I may just kind of, I'm set up to go for this attack speed here. So I'll probably go into this in order to make Sunder a little bit quicker, because I mean, there's no point in trying to consume armor if it takes too long and our armor's already gone. Now I can speed that or slow that down by increasing armor break duration, which is also really good. So I may just try to kind of go for that, or just putting some points here just so I can get to armor break duration. Also, there is the whole weapon set thing. I think I may do that. I may, you know, put 1 in weapon set 1 with all the AoE, and then weapon set 2 with all the armor break and armor duration. That way I can get my Sunder off, because trying to get Sunder off the way it is now is kind of rough, and only one can have martial tempo. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, I do need a little bit more speed, but my stampede is hitting hitting really hard, and it makes it very punchy, and I'm liking that. I'm liking that part of stampede where I feel stronger. Like, it's one thing to go after a tier 15 map, and anybody can show you a tier 15 map, but the problem with that is 9 times out of 10, if you try to Orb of Alchemy a map, you're either going to get stun build up or you're going to get armored. And if you get stun build up or armored, then you're not going to hit them the way that you think that you're hitting them in tier 15 or lower. You're just not. You're going to hit them and they'll still be like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't going to work. Like, they'll just laugh at you, kind of thing. So either you hit them harder or you get a stun buildup or something like that. But how much stun buildup does it take to offset 129% increased stun threshold? Like, it's a lot. So it's like, okay, well, if I can't beat that, and it's going to take 2 hits anyway, then why do I need to keep putting points in stun buildup? Like, there's no point. I get that you're trying to build up enough stun so that you can break their armor, but you're not stopping yourself from doing it twice. Like, you're going to have to do Stampede twice. So I might as well go into the idea of doing Stampede twice than trying to build up as much stun buildup so that I hit them once. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to know. So I would rather do that because it's too many points. Like, to go for stun buildup, right? You would have to go for all of these, right? Well, these right here won't matter too much, but you would have to go for stun build up, stun build up, stun build up, stun build up. You know what I mean? And it's just, it starts to require too much. And now I went down here to try to get this stun build up, but you know, that's kind of all you have. And then there's some more over here for stun build up, but it's like, to go for stun build up is kind of hard to get to. So, and on top of that, there's no way of knowing unless you actually try it out, how much stun build up you need to handle those kind of maps. Like, I can show you right now. If we go take a tier 15 map, oh, they're all in my, oh, they're right here. Okay, cool. So let's say we take a tier 15 map and let's alchemy it. Okay, yep, see, monsters have 200% increased stun buildup. It's like 90% of the time, bro. Like, it always happens. So because of that, you're not exploding a darn thing with 200% increased stun buildup. Where's the cutoff? What do you do in order to have enough stun buildup that you break their armor? You see what I'm saying? And explode for the armor explosion. You know what I mean? When you have 200% increased stun buildup, bro, you're not doing that. You're gonna have to hit them twice no matter what you do. So if that's the case, then why bother? You know what I mean? What's the point of going, you know, like 20 points in a stun buildup when you roll an Orb of Alchemy and you immediately get this? Immediately, like, it's 100%, like, it's really high, bro. Like, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna run that. So that's why I don't really like that. That's why I don't really like going too high in stun buildup. I don't see a point. You know, it's just, you're gonna run into people who just have stun buildup that's just too high for you to break. Trial Master, I mean, his stun buildup is so freaking high, it takes like 20 minutes to break his stun, to break his. I mean, it doesn't matter how much stun buildup you give it. It's just, and on top of that, you can't get close to him because he's not melee friendly. So it's those kind of things that really mess you up, and why I really don't like mapping with him, but I can. So here, we'll actually do this and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. That way you can kind of get an idea. We can do a 15, why would it have a 15 corrupted? I can't even do anything to this, can I? Yeah, no, it's corrupted. All right, so we'll do this tier 15 and we'll do the tier 15 corrupted on stream, and then I'll do a trial master. That way you can kind of get an idea of what he really is supposed to be like. But let me just do something. Well, that's kind of long. What time is it? Hour and 13 minutes. This shouldn't take too long. Hopefully we'll just kind of speed through it. So we'll go this way here and we'll just do, I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. This is your typical tier 15 monster level 79 map. Nothing crazy. We'll just burn through it. All right, so my stampede part isn't really anything crazy, anything that you haven't seen before. The stampede part of it. Don't care. I would normally consume that and go for that, you know what I mean? Gotta kill that guy because he sucks. Gotta kill that guy because he sucks. Skill gem is not gonna be high. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. All right, cool. Moving on. Ooh, hey, I need you. Now I collect these inscribe ultimatums. I went from it being absolutely terrible to him being one of the best ultimatum characters in the game. Do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. What was that sound? It was just augmentation, I think. Yeah. See, and because you're always moving, you're not getting hit that much. That's why I was like, what's the point of rage, bro? Like, I'm not getting hit. Like, I'm always constantly moving. You're like, you're not gonna, it's kind of hard to like catch him down. And if you do, he's behind a wall. You know what I mean? So if you look at my rage build up, it's really nice now. Still have my protection, and I can blow him up. And there he goes. And do that. Come on. Get that out of the way. Sometimes they take a little bit more, which is, it happens. Oh, he's blue. Let me go ahead and kill him. Eat that. You're dead. Don't care. They can't kill me. Too much block, too much evasion, too much defense. So I like him now. So like his rage buildup is really nice. So I can do it that way, and I can do it this way. And then I also have Font of Blood and Font of Rage. So when I'm behind my shield and I'm charging up my Sunder, I'm building up Rage. So I don't lose it because I'm not moving. I still have it. I'm still building it because of my shield wall. So my shield wall does a few things. One, it increases my life regeneration. And then it also increases my rage. So it does a lot for me. So I'm regenerating life behind my wall. So I'm healing up as well as generating rage to keep my rage going so it doesn't fall off. So I still have my bunker playstyle. It's just that now it's complete. And this place isn't strong enough to hurt me. Really nice clear for all the area damage, so I do like that. See, this right here doesn't bother me. Bro can't do anything with me. Also, I'm capped on chaos damage. Like, he can't, like, this doesn't, bro, you're not gonna kill me. This is what I like. Like, that guy, that banner, he was so weak to that because like this right here, it costs 400 mana and you only have 500. So it's going to take all your mana. If you go near him, you can't even use Sunder. You can't use any attack, but that you don't care no more. Like, you can just sit in this thing and river dance on him and he still can't hit you because you have evasion, block chance, and armor. Like, the dude can't do anything. And if he hits you behind your wall, you're gaining rage and healing yourself. It's just, it's way too much going on. Like, now you're not afraid of anything. This right here was probably one of the biggest problems of his, is that he doesn't like going in bubbles and he doesn't like going around mana. Now it doesn't matter. So I definitely like the fact that I don't use mana in that way. And I don't care about pieces that don't have mana anymore. He's really, really nice like this. Just, I don't care. The only thing that can really mess with him if he kind of gets stalled out. So like if he's fighting somebody who goes range a lot, like that dragon, it's kind of annoying. You know, the Chimera that goes fire, cold, lightning. That's always annoying. Okay, here he is. Let me go kill him real quick and beat this. And a little bit of Hammer of the Gods, and let's call it a day. Okay. Super easy. Nothing here is gonna mess with you. That's what I like about this build. It's so strong, and his hits It's so strong with rage. I love it. I love it so much. He's so much better than he was previously, where now he feels really good on tier 15. But as soon as you start changing it and putting stun build up, now everything changes. So quick, easy, simple, no problem with that. Nobody, like people like showing you maps and it'd be like low level maps or tier 14s and stuff like that. Tier 15 corrupted, no problem. Now, let's go to this one. Oh, let me clear out my inventory real quick.
Speak.
All right. That's all right. Okay, that's trash. That's actually good. This is trash. This is it's trash. This is has 20 life, so it's trash. And this is it's enough to keep, not enough to keep. You know what I mean? So we'll just put this up somewhere. I need this, and throw this away, and this away. All right, bet. All right, so now let's try the tier 15 with the stun buildup. Stun buildup with the delirium mirror and breach. This should be interesting. I'll probably die. Or just won't do enough damage. I don't know. I've never done it like this before, but we'll see. See what level they are. That was 79. They're probably like 80, 81, something like that. Oh, so it's still 79. Okay, this is gonna be fine.
The unrighteous will be turned to ash.
You won't escape.
All right, let's see what this done. But see, already noticing. See that thing? It's not enough, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? If I gotta stampede twice, I'll stampede twice. But what I won't do is give it, 30 points in the stun build up to hope to have enough to stun them in one hit. Oh, yeah. Okay, anybody want to fight me? Like, what are we doing? Let's see if I can find the breach and do them at the same time. Let's see how strong. Oh, I found it. Oh God, oh God. I'm sorry. Bubble.
I'm not ready.
I couldn't move. I was inside of a bubble. Was I inside of a bubble? I couldn't move. I don't know. That was silly. I was trying a little bit too hard on that one. I was trying to see, but the bubble stopped me. So he's still bad against bubble boys. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's his only real weakness, but everything else, he's pretty strong. I kind of feel bad about that one, but I tried to get out of it, but I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't put down my shield wall because I'm slow. So I don't like how weak he is against bubbles. Slow. I got that out, but it's still slow. You know what I mean? So it's just, he doesn't have anything fast. And even if you try to give him something fast, he's still not fast. You know what I mean? He's just, his slowness is compounded by bubble, and you just can't get around that. If a dude spawns in a bubble on you, he spawned on me. So the only thing you can really do is kind of get out of there. And I don't have leaf slam. So it's one of those things like, okay, are you gonna take leaf slam? Yes or no? That's really all it's really saying. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to take leaf slam just so you can avoid the bubble boys, because every now and then they'll spawn right on you like that. And there's not a whole lot you can do. And I was doing just fine until the bubble boy came out, and I couldn't tell that he had a bubble until it was too late, until he was already on me and I couldn't tell he had a bubble. So you're gonna run into those little situations where, I tried to put down Hammer of the Gods and it didn't hit. I don't know if it hit him or not. I would have to go back over the video. But those kind of situations is what you run into. That's his only weakness, but to be fair, that's his weakness on whatever class. I don't care what you run with him outside of Totem, that this is bad against. You know what I mean? So if you run Stampede or Molten Lava, whatever your choice or flavor, it doesn't matter. A bubble boy will still mess you up. So, you know, it's kind of a pain, you know what I mean? Perfect strike, maybe, you know what I mean? I could have gone perfect strike, but at that point, I'm just a little bit too slow. And I tried to maybe get out of Sunder, maybe would have helped, but you know, he shed, she shed, me just trying to think of what I could have done in that situation. But you know, it is what it is. But just to kind of give you an idea, he can still get overran. And especially if he's getting overran in a bubble, it's a problem because you can't put out your shield wall because it's slow too. You only get one martial tempo. And if you can't give it to shield wall, then you have to give it to Stampede. And I tried to do Stampede, but I couldn't get out. I'm mad. You can tell I'm mad, but it is what it is. I'll leave it alone. But yeah, that's essentially how he plays. You know what I mean? He's good at most situations. He can handle most maps just fine. 15's fine. Most maps fine. But when we start to double up like that and they have stun build up and you can't explode the entire screen, he starts to show who he really is. You know what I mean? And who he really is a character that will explode the screen if you let him. But if you don't let him, he's not exploding shit. And that's the bad thing about it. And it's just like, okay, let's look at your stun buildup, right? So if we just do a search for stun buildup. All right, cool. Stun buildup here, here, and here, right? So this is what, 2754, 6474. So that's like, let's say 72% stun buildup. And that's what critical hits. You never do critical hits unless you have a Eden Sunder. And this is stun buildup, but at the cost of a reduced attack speed. So let's say, you know, 102% stun buildup right there. And this is the same thing. Actually, stun buildup with enemies against enemies within 2 meters. So that's gonna count. So let's say we have 72, 130% stun buildup that you can maybe get. You know what I mean? Maybe 140 from the tree, and then 160 or so. Here's the problem. That dude had a 200% increased stun threshold. So you're not like, do you want to go that far? Do you want to go over here and you want to go up here? Do you want to go for this? Do you want to go over here? Like, how far do you want to go for this stun buildup? Like, do you want to invest that much into it in order to make sure that you break their armor? And for those of you who are trying to figure out why I care about stun so much, all right, it's like this. Stampede has this thing called armor explosion. So supporting skills trigger an explosion when they fully break an enemy's armor, but you have to fully break their armor. There's 2 ways to do that on a Titan. There is here, going for this note right here, break 50% of armor on heavy stunning an enemy. So that's not exactly a fully break, but it can trigger it. So running this will actually trigger the armor explosion, but the other one is devastate. Devastate supporting skills fully break armor when inflicting a heavy stun. So if you inflict a heavy stun, it'll do a full armor break, and when it does a full armor break, it explodes. And that explosion is what changes everything and what makes you deal all that damage. The problem is when they have really high stun thresholds, they don't stun. And if they don't stun, then you're just back to regular damage, or you're doing it twice. But there's not a whole lot you can do about that. You know what I mean? So I kind of go for charge twice, unless of course, you know, you get unlucky and a bubble boy spawns on you. But you know, it's just, there's no real way to handle that situation, you know, outside of leap slam. And I like shield charge more. So I'm more so annoyed than I am disappointed, right? Because I know that I don't run leap slam. I can run leap slam. All I have to do is like change my ring to a ring with a skill in it and then put leap slam on my bar. But I don't really want to do that. Like, I want to do this without leap slam. I just don't want to use leap slam anymore. I use leap slam all through Path of Exile 1. I just don't want to do it. So, you know, you get put in those situations where you just can't get out. And so it may force me to do leap slam over shield charge, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's essentially how he plays. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. Well, I'm not. I'm a little annoyed, but I'm okay with that because he does have a saving grace. He's great at ultimatum. So if we go to ultimatum real quick here, and you kind of see what he truly brings to the table, because none of these afflictions really hurt you that much. So let's do an ultimatum real quick.
A man of 2 worlds comes to face the ultimate test.
And you don't, you know, get spawned with bubble boys directly on you. And if so, there's not enough mobs to like take it out. We were running a delirium breached map and triggered breach in delirium. So I'm okay with it. I'll live. All right, best one ever. Lethal rare monsters. This guy is really great. Inflict bleeding and poison. This is okay too. Never that.
The exception a lot more common than you think.
All right. Oop.
Are you ready, Challenger?
All right, so we just kill everybody. Quick and easy, painful, or painless. That guy does chaos damage.
You won't escape!
I'm capped, but it's still nice to go ahead and take him out first. That dragon, when he jumps on you, he can stun you, so you don't have to do what I did. What I did was kind of stupid. I usually don't sit there and take that. Those two, the gorilla and the dragon, when they jump to you, I usually don't let that happen. Oh, Bubble Boy. Oh, God! Hold on. Hold on, bro.
I'm not ready.
See what I mean? He's nice. Now we ran to another Bubble Boy and we exploded him. So if I can get out my shield wall is my protection. It's how I get around that. It's just that you were surrounded, you know what I mean? So it's gonna happen every now and then. You're gonna run into situations where you can't handle Bubble Boys, but 9 times out of 10, if you're just doing something like this, like an ultimatum or whatever, you're not gonna get surrounded, and the shield wall will help you, and that will let you get your abilities out. And then on top of that, being chaos resistant really helps, so you're not as afraid anymore. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here.
Don't get overconfident
All right.
just because you
Monsters grant no flask or charms. This isn't a problem for him, but I'm not gonna choose. I don't need to. Challenge area contains turrets that periodically fire lightning projectiles. This is better. And then monsters gain 20% of damage as extra chaos. This is also better. Either one of these is fine, especially if you're chaos resistant, then who cares? They're not gonna hit you anyway. Either way, it's gonna be an evasion or a block, so it doesn't matter. But turrets, I'm okay with.
a song for a soul.
Now, if you go like 40% less maximum resistance or whatever, then it could be a problem, but I don't worry about that. You'll see exactly the ones that I choose is the ones that you should choose as well.
Outlive my expectations.
Go for him.
You won't escape.
Normally, I'll roar and then make the other one fire. I just don't do it when I don't feel I need to. I do like that, roar, and then one more, and then roar again. Him, I don't let him hit me either. 2, wait for him to come out, roar it, get that fire damage. Not specking all the way in the fire, that's a thing, but I'm not too worried about it. Roar it. 1, 2, and then this will be a roar. I didn't do it because I didn't feel like I needed it, but that would have been a roar. Roar it. Hit it. Hit him. Roar it. Or Infernal Cry, whatever you want to call it. You lucky. You lucky. You about to get erased from the planet. So, I mean, you still, okay. I didn't go over my gems, but we can go over them real quick. So Mace Strike, I don't use Mace Strike anymore, but it has Impact, Shockwave, Culling Strike, Close Combat, and Life Thief. So that it gets leech some more life, because I was really worried about healing myself in the event that I lost pots and stuff like that. Hammer of the Gods still has Lacerate. Fist of War for the ancestrally boosted, because you can only use it every now and then anyway. And then Exploit Weakness for fully broken armor, because it hits so hard. And then Infernal Cry. My Infernal Cry has Enraged Cry, so it consumes up to 10 rage and makes my next attack deal more damage. So that's the reason why I like having so much rage. So I get rage 2 ways, right? I get it from charging at people, and hitting them multiple times generates rage. I also get it from my shield wall, also generates rage, and I also get it from my war cry to consume it. So my war cry it consumes it in order to make my next ability deal 30% more damage. I also have the node, the enrage, war cries empower an additional attack, so that's 2, right? So you only need to do a war cry, hit, war cry, hit, war cry. You don't have to do a war cry every single time. So that's my take on it. I could be wrong, but that's the way I read it. So that's what I do for Infernal Cry. I also put Ingenuity to lower the cooldown recovery so I can use it more often. It was at 6 seconds, and so basically even after 2, I still was on cooldown for my rage, my War Cry, and I didn't like that. And then I also put Dazing Cry to slow people down. So if they're still alive, I'm basically kind of going for people who have high stun thresholds. So if they're still alive, I would rather, so I would Stampede, Infernal Cry, they're dazed, Stampede again is what I would do. You know what I mean? So that's the way I was kind of handling bigger guys. I could have Infernal Cried them. That would have given me 4 seconds for me to actually get off my ability, but it is what it is. And then Shield Wall has Font of Rage to build rage. It also has Font of Blood to heal. And then it also has Splinter. I don't know why I have Splinter on there. I just put something on there. I mean, I could put whatever I want at this point. Like, there's a few Fortress and stuff like that, but Fortress just creates a circle in front of you. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, Splinter, stuff like that. There's a lot of things you can do with the Shield Wall, but Shield Wall to Shield Wall, it's not going to be that strong. It's just, but outside of the fact that it has 8,000 health. So that's really its strength. Seismic Cry has Raging Cry, and it grants 4 rage per 5 power of counted enemies. I don't know why I have that. It doesn't need it, because generally only time I use my Seismic Cry is when I'm fighting a boss or I want his armor break. And then supported War Cries have 30% less area effect, but it also puts Corrupted Blood on you. So that's really nice for a Corrupting Cry, because all I do is physical, unless I empower through Infernal Cry. Skills empowered by supported skills deal 15% more damage for premeditation, and then Seismic Cry. And then empowers the next melee scan you perform, plus an additional attack per endurance charge consumed. I tried the endurance route. I don't like it, because to make Seismic Cry consume, you have to like it just doesn't consume sometimes. So I don't know. It's just weird. And empowers the next melee slam you perform, plus an additional attack. So yeah, it's just weird, because you'll cry and it may not consume the endurance charge, and it was just weird. But Berserk is kind of my main bread and butter, and Berserk I run precision for the accuracy because I need it. Like if we look at I don't know, Mace Strike, it doesn't matter. So I'm at 1600. 1600 is where you need to be at for the 100%. I don't have I can't lose it. I need precision, so it is what it is on that. And then I also run Cannibalism. 4% of life recovered on kill while supported skill is active. Cannibalism is great. You don't have enough spirit to use it by default, because if you only have 100 spirit, you need a little bit more in order to use it. As you can see, I used 6 of the extra spirit I got from my necklace. So, but at the same time, it allows me to recover life on kill, which is really useful. So I have life on kill. If Leech doesn't work, I have life on kill. I also have the fact that Rage heals me. So I have Rage healing me, I have Leech, I have life on kill, I have heals per second. So I have a lot of different things healing me. I also have potions. So that way I have a whole, and of course the last one, Time of Need. So I also have Time of Need also healing me. So I have a lot of things going on. It's not just one thing. So if you take away mana, if you take away flash, if you take away this and that, he can still rock and roll. Nothing takes away his ability to use his skill outside of being slowed more than he's comfortable with. And that's the only problem that he has. Kind of like how Cyclone Slayer, his only problem was Leech. And well, Leech, and the fact that he didn't really have a whole lot of defense, but Leech was his main problem. His problem is being slowed further than he's comfortable with. Fast forward for Time of Need, so it can speed it up so that it heals you more often. And then Vitality. Regenerate 1% of life per second while supported skill is active. So you also have Vitality and Cannibalism. So you're running both. So it's just, I wanted so many different ways to heal myself out, because I just never ran. I didn't want to go for the regeneration per second. Like, I didn't want to be invested in too many things at once. Like, for example, my regeneration per second is only 80.4. I could have gone all the way into this and just gone with other nodes, but that would have been my only really form of recovery if I didn't have rage and all this other stuff. So I may go a little bit higher on this, but a lot of times you get things that kill your, like 40% less mask, life, and spirit regeneration kind of thing. So those kind of things that take away your regeneration makes it so that he's not as strong as he needs to be. So that's the reason why I never went into it. And I was just like, I've run into too many things that taken away my regeneration, so I don't really want to do it that way. But yeah, so far so good. This is why I like Ultimatum. He's really, really good at Ultimatum. Like, it's scary. Like, some of the stuff that I do, I'd be like, you know what? I could probably, I can deal with you probably taking my defenses away because I have block, chance, and evasion. I can deal with you taking my evasion away because I have block, chance, and defense. It's that kind of thing. These are all gonna suck, but buffs expire 3 times faster and debuffs expire 3 times slower. Don't care. Monsters release daily volatiles on death. This one's not that bad. It's just that I don't like having to move because of it. Monsters gain 20% increased skill speed. None of this is bad. So I would say, because this is also linked to the blood, like for example, they have one that has bleed and poisons when they hit you. Because it's linked to that, it makes bleed and poison last longer until you cure yourself with time of need, right? So you have to use time of need in order to heal yourself out of it. That's the only problem with this one, but it's not really that big of a deal because time of need will hit and you just clear your element. It doesn't matter. So I would say, it doesn't matter. I'll say skill speed. No, I'm not. I'm good. Skill speed also affects the bird boss, but a lot of times I've been getting the bird boss first, and if I get the bird boss first, he's dead. I used to hate this one. When I was first doing this, I hated it so much.
You won't escape!
Last protector. Hold this for me. Yeah, about that. Okay, go ahead and get the next one. I 100% don't care about these lightning thingies. Same thing. I dare you to do something. See, he's so tanky. I like him so much now. He sucked so long, but now he's pretty good. I get that I just died earlier, but I'm okay with that death. Bye. There, so when you're getting this last one, just go for the stone altar, because as soon as you put it in, they're gonna die. See? There's just no need for it. If you know this is a problem for you, this isn't a problem for me. I got too many types of evasion and defenses and all that, and I haven't lost any of it. But it can be a problem for some people. So when you're on that third one, just run back. He'll die in the air. Yep, that's pretty much it. You can keep that map, bro. That's my tip. And so after running, and what's so crazy about Ultimatum is how much money it gives you. It only costs what's it called? Exalted. It only costs 1 exalted to get a Ultimatum, or you can get it just by mapping. I had a bunch from mapping, but I also just started buying them. So you buy it for 1 exalted, but then you make like 20. So it's very good when it comes to making money. I'll show you how when I get done. So far, I already got an exalted. So you do good just from making money, just from playing it, but there's more to it. You'll see. All right, so about to fight a boss. This is the reason why the flash thing doesn't matter. Also, for people who don't know, you can leave. There's nothing that's stopping you from staying. So like if you do the one that takes your flash away and you don't have a well to restore it, just leave. Like leave, bro. It's like that. It's not that big a deal. So you leave and it takes you to the Ziggurat encampment, and then you go talk to the, the angel devil guy. No, well, I'm moving, but I'm not moving. You know what I mean? All right, so just go around here, talk to the hooded one. Identify passes. There's your well right there. And now I just talk to her if I don't want the stuff that's in my inventory. Just clean it out. Tier 10 max mana with a leech. That's trash. Accuracy with crap strength. That's trash. All right, cool. Throw that in my... Well, I don't want to throw it in there. I want you guys to see what I get. So I'll just move that out the way. And yeah, and just come right back. Straightforward. Very easy. There's nothing that says you can't leave, bro. Like, just leave. And then come back and everything's perfectly fine. You know, he's just sitting here chilling. Now, the only thing you don't want to do is leave and forget where your portal is and then have to go through everything to get back. That sucks. But this is fine. Alrighty, so this one I don't really like, but it's okay. Monster hits always inflict bleeding and poison. There it is. And monsters cannot be slowed or stunned. This is okay because them being slowed and stunned is not that big a deal. The physical damage falling on you is kind of annoying. And always inflicting bleeding and poison is kind of annoying, but it's not what time of need. So we'll just go ahead and just rock this. Yeah, I'll be fine. Time of need saves you so much. All right, so this is the dragon boss. And there's nothing stopping me from killing him straight off. Wait for him to come down. He's gonna do the slam. Get out of the way. What? Ice. For some reason, my hammer didn't hit. He's gonna run away. Oh, he's doing the whole... Get away. No, no, no. Don't run. There you go. Bye. Lacerate. Does not play. Does really good damage. And if you wanted to see it, I think it's like 60 something. 68,000. Level 26. I do want to get a few more levels, but you know, it's not that big a deal. Especially for this, it's not that hard. It's only hard when you make it hard, when you start to nerf yourself. But sometimes you do get bad ones, and I probably will get a bad one eventually, but it's okay. We'll work through it. The bird is the only thing that can really mess with you. Grasping vines suck, but they're okay. I mean, I'll go with the... let's go with grasping vines. Let's make it a little bit more complicated. The slow and stun is cool, too. So that probably would have been the other one I would have taken. So just kill everyone. No big deal. Pop.
You won't escape.
No. Hell no. Okay, can we stop? Can we not? Come on. Can't you see I'm trying to pick up this stuff? Yeah. I don't know what those are. Hopefully they're good. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything. Oh well, let me see what that is. Yeah, that's fine. And also you run into the rare mobs that have all the modifiers. If you get lucky and get that, you're gonna get a lot of good stuff. That's why I like this. This is really nice. And the maps are smaller than they are if you just regular map. Like mapping is good for every character that isn't him. Like that isn't Titan, like that isn't Warrior. And I mean everyone. Like Warrior Titan is just, he's not great at mapping, but Ultimatum, he's like the best. Now, I haven't played all the other characters, but he's really, really good. Now the bird is overtuned, don't get me wrong, and I'll probably have to run into the bird here in a little bit, but we'll see.
Hardly call that a challenge.
I don't like the volatile death. It doesn't really affect bossing, but I'm only on level 6, so there's still gonna be some mobs that can do that. This is fine.
Coagulated masses before you.
It just makes you move a little bit more, but it doesn't really do a ton of damage because it's still physical.
May their blood fuel your progress.
All right, so we're doing the blood thing. I may have the hammer. Start off with the hammer. Depends on how big they are.
You won't escape.
I knew it.
No worry.
Come on, drop. Ugh, ice. Let that land. Do you have enough? No? Okay. Do you have enough? No? Okay. I know when it goes down, you're supposed to go to the other ones, but whatever. I like the idea of taking everything it can give you. Because they might spawn some more rares. We're not in this for leveling anymore. I already got all my points. Oh, I didn't talk about my ascendancies. I'll talk about them here in a second. These things only take off your energy shield. Like, it doesn't do much of anything. You want to kill them inside the circle. So I'm kind of pre-start. This is all it means when you're slow with your stampede. All it means is that you start your stampede when they spawn. That's all it means. It's not a big deal. Don't move. Stay in there. I need your blood. Don't move. You see how you, I mean, but I learned this from shield wall situations. You know what I mean? If I'm slow, I just pre-start my stampede and everything is fine. Unless a bubble boy spawns on you and stops everything. So, you know, I think with this one here, I'm kind of showing you the good and the bad. There's a little bit of bad, but the bubble boy being the only bad thing really isn't that big a deal. Just think what would have happened if the bubble boy wasn't there. I would have killed everything in that room. So, you know, it's whatever. Alrighty, let's get him to identify. Let's go to her to sell all this crap. That is terrible. That's bad. I feel like this could be good, but it's very low, so whatever. Fire, cold, and stun with block chance. You're okay. 49% increase freeze build up, 27% increase magnitude of chill you inflict. I don't know if that's good or not, but I never get rid of it. I just put it away. And then these boots don't have speed, so I don't care. All right. Throw this away. Throw this in here. Throw this in here. All right, and we got a Battle Orb. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and head back. This is how you do ultimatum, like you're supposed to do ultimatum. Alrighty. Make sure everything is right with the stream. Everything looks fine. Alright, let's figure out where we're supposed to go. Here we go. I didn't see anything on the ground that's like crazy that I need to get, so whatever. The only other thing that comes close is the Splinter Run. So basically, juicing your map with ire, like these guys. What are they called? This right here. Distilled ire and distilled greed and all the other ones. Like, you can use these to juice your maps. So you juice your maps with them by hitting right click and then putting your map in. Like, for example, putting that in, and then I can go like this, this, this. And then it makes the monsters delirious and it increases the pack size. This is one way to actually make a lot of money, because you make one exalted orb off of one splinter. So it's a really good way to make income. It's just that mapping is a problem for you. You're slow. And so you're not as fast as everybody. So because of that, mapping is just not your dig. But this rocks. Like, and it's okay. You don't have to be the best at everything. You just have to be good at some things. Okay, it's gonna force me into the slowed stun or the loss of defense. I'll take the slow stun. It's only round 7. There's only like a couple more rounds after this. So I'd rather keep my defense. There's a reason. We haven't ran into the bird yet. And I think we just did. All right, bird.
Hammer of the gods!
Please say we are. Oh my. I tried to run away. The bird. He's the only problem. He's overtuned. And he gave me a lot of openings to kind of go after him, but you know, it is what it is. A lot of times you get him first. If you get him first, then he'll never get to this point because he'll just die. But sometimes you run into that. And you can run away. You can't jump away, but you can run away. And I had him on the first one, but he got too close. I should have just ran through it. If I would have ran through it, I probably would have survived. But that's the only thing. Damn it. This makes me look bad. It makes me look bad. I'm gonna go again. I hate the bird. He's the only problem with this. He messes things up. And I know they're gonna try to fix him because obviously it's overtuned. He shouldn't be able to just one-shot you like that. And if you stay in it, you're just dead. But I've hit him so many times that I know I can get around him. It's just that if you try to run away, like you saw what I did, right? So I charged out of it and then I had another charge available. But I charged out of it, but he took a shorter path than I did. It's like football. So I'm running up the sidelines. He took a shorter path to me. So he was already there. So the best way that you could have done in that situation when he's coming towards you is run through him. And you would have put some space between them. I think that me trying to just kind of run this way and him just going that way just messed it up. And it's gonna happen. If you die, it's not gonna be because of anything in the game. It's gonna be because of the bird every single time. So that's the only thing. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Sometimes you die by the bird. It is what it is.
I hope your next attempt will be more favorable.
Shut up. I'll take the resistances.
Weather the elements at your own risk.
This isn't as good, you know, going with the loss of elements, but you know, whatever. I had a good run too, which makes me mad, but it's so quick that it's really not that big a deal. Like, I'll live.
You won't escape!
No. Jump to him before he jumps to you. You don't care about poison. Time of need will take care of that. The Triceratops is really annoying. I can jump too. Give me that. Just for show. So, I mean, you still do have the ability to kind of crit your Sunder. It's just, you know, he has his downsides, but none of this is any of it. This is where he excels, even though I just died by the bird. The bird is the only real problem, but everything else is pretty sweet. Like, if you get the bird first, it's a wrap, because everything else you're going to kill.
Don't get overconfident just because you beat the first rule.
Thank you.
Your selection breeds the mightiest foes.
Yeah, whatever. I just want the gear from him. But yeah, if you want to call them the mightiest foes, sure. Rares are never going to be what kills you.
If you can.
I should have ate that. It's all right, though. Go ahead and pre-run. Oh, no. Triceratopping. Give me that. Ugh. I empowered the attack with Seismic Cry. Give me that. Don't let him jump to you. You asking for trouble if you do that. Hello. So trying to hope for a rare. Sometimes you don't get them. So like, or they'll spawn in like 4 seconds left. Like that other one did. So you see your health depleting, but a lot of times it's not them, it's you. Because I'm just sitting here, because like you'll stampede and there's nothing to stop you. So like you can kill yourself this way. It's just that I'm using my life regen to heal me, but you can literally kill yourself this way. So be careful with that, but you know, it's not that big a deal. All right. It's hard to make me pull away. I know that Leaf Slam will fix a lot of things that I have, but you know, whatever. I'll live. I'll take the chaos. Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't matter if they can't hit me.
Powering the monument requires souls.
Oh, we're doing the soul thing? Oh no, Stone Altar. Jump to them before they jump to you. Same rules. I don't like him. Get rid of him real quick. Yo, where's the... You guys seen a a little stone thingy running around here somewhere? What's the switch for? Okay, well, let's assume that it's not there. Okay, this is getting a little weird. This is different. Yo, where are the... Oh! Well, that's new. Ooh. See what I mean? His Stampede is very meaty. Huge fan of it now. It used to be so terrible. Okay. This is so different. Okay, let me make sure I understand this. You need me to do this in order to do that, and then come up here to go here. This is new. This is different. I've never seen it like this. Oh, and there's my soul core. Oh, and there's another one. Hi. Stop it. Well, at least now we know what we were supposed to do. Supposed to bring that down and then go through there. That's cool. Whatever. Ooh, hi. Bro. I'm gonna kill you for that. That's the only thing. An empty Stampede can empty your health. As long as that doesn't happen too often, you're okay. I thought it was over here. How do I get over there? It tells you where it's at. All right, let me try to switch. It's over here. But this thing is in the way. Okay. Whatever. There's only one thing over here. So, I don't know. And you can't bring that down, so, okay. It's never this confusing. Well, except for now, apparently. But, whatever. Oh, darn it. They're like, we're gonna stop giving you mobs, bro. Figure out the puzzle. That was annoying. Okay. That was dumb.
You won't escape!
That's it's not a problem, but it's just the empty stampede doesn't help you all that much. You're now asking your life regeneration to heal you back up, which is fine. It's just, you know, you don't really want to do that. That's not the game you're trying to play. Hold on, let me think about this. If I go down there, I can't actually get over to the other side. Let me see. Maybe if I... Is there another way down? Oh my god, my health. What is happening? Okay, let me get down. This is getting a little... Am I? That was weird. It's like I was leaking. Bro, this is so complicated. It's so damn complicated, bro. Did he just jumped off of... How you not gonna take fall damage on that, bro? I solved the puzzle. I think it's the chaos damage. Maybe it's actually... Oh no, it's the... Oh, it's doing physical damage over time. Oh. That's what happened. Okay, okay. Well, we all learned something new. Apparently it dots you. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can't cleanse it. Maybe I did cleanse it with Time of Need, but it got pretty high up there at stacks when I was like, what's killing me? Like, they're not killing me, clearly. So that's what it is. I was holding the Bow core and trying to figure out how to beat the map, but whatever. All right. Pray for the win, boss.
This is just a warm-up.
No. No. Never this. That actually hits hard. On tier 1, it hits hard. Hey, let's go. Let's go. You're so dead.
Prove your might against this magnificent beast.
Bye. No. Like that. That's how it's supposed to be done. I don't know. It's not supposed to do what it did last time. Well, if it does, you're supposed to go through it. You go through it. Don't let them cut you off at angles. This isn't football. It's just it's incredibly overtuned, but it's you can still beat it. Your character is good against this. Corrupted Blood. I don't like Corrupted Blood. I do have the belt, but I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, I'm not gonna go that way. Challenge area contains several statues. I don't like Petrified. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But the thing where they come and attack you, it's not that big a deal.
Slay everything.
It can be if you don't have any space, but you'll be all right.
escape.
Then kill the next group. Run for your life, run for your life, run for your life, run for your life. Then kill the next group. Run for your life, run for your life. You can let them get closer, but it doesn't really matter. You can roll, but he has fat roll. So, you know. So, you know, it does hurt. Not saying it doesn't, it's just, it's the lesser of two evils for sure. He jumps, you run. Run right underneath him. So yeah, it's not bad. And plus on the boss, when he drops, it's when he's dead. You know what I mean? So it's not that big a deal. But all of that to not have to fight the wind boss is worth it. So sometimes you get lucky, you know what I'm saying? You see that wind boss on the first round, and now it's cake. Well, hopefully. I'm not trying to jinx myself. This thing is broken. You have to find it. Okay, let me get further back. There it is. It's kind of, I think it's supposed to be like right here. So yeah, whatever. I like this so much more. Like, this is like the equivalent of doing like a map or two, but the rewards you get is way better than doing a map or two.
I think you'll like this next one.
No. This is fine. No. No stun.
Races through your bones.
Stun sucks for all characters. It's not a tank thing. Another stone altar. We're doing this again. All right. Okay, whatever. Do I have rare on this one? Hopefully I do. I can do that too. The very essence of the way he plays makes it okay to run the whole module thingy because you're never standing still. The only time you're standing still is if you hit somebody with Sunder, but you don't need to hit somebody with Sunder unless they truly deserve it. Like now. You see that? Don't fat roll. Just run. He's slow enough that it... That was dumb. I was gonna... You saw what I was about to do. I was about to Sunder him. Okay. Use that to heal me. Don't do that. Go ahead and put it in. He's a little slow on the uptake. And his chaos damage really isn't that bad. I'll eat that. That's fine. To kill him, that's fine. Lightning on the ground doesn't really matter too much. He was supposed to be dead. I normally wouldn't do that. That was dumb. He jumps. No jumping babies. If they jump, then don't let them come back with you. I see the dragon, but it's okay. It takes him a while to get over here. Speed through. Find the last one. Okay. I think it's just over here. Maybe I wasn't tripping. Alright, get rid of this. Kill him. Get rid of his. Grab that. Know how it go. Bow. You lucky, cuz. He's hasted. Turn. Pop him upside his head for that. For the level of disrespect he gave you. See, he's strong. He's strong. Don't get me wrong. He's really, really strong. He just has a weakness. His weakness is being slowed. He does not even a fun game if he's slowed even further than what he is now. So you can counter that if you can go for like speed instead, right? And make him a little bit faster.
Could hardly call that a challenge.
And also you can go for these nodes over here. I'm gonna go for these two for the 7% attack speed, 12% attack speed, and 30 armor when you've been hit recently. Those are really nice. So I'll probably go for that in my last points. My last points will probably be here. I don't think I need defenses and health anymore. So I'd probably go here for speed. And then I'd probably go here for a little bit of damage. And then here for speed. So I'm missing my speed pieces. With these three plus this right here, that will speed me up so that even if I'm slowed, I can still get off an attack. But now he's just so slow, he's not getting off an attack. I don't want that. That's a bit much. I think these are all going to be bad. These are all bad. This isn't bad. It's just that it's bad with the tracking thingy because you're now moving out the way and stuff. But Ring of Doom is terrible. Ring of Doom is the worst thing you can have in this game. It's really bad. Well, I take it back. Ring of Doom is one of the worst things you can have in this game. The other one is the Corrupted Blood, where it's like the spinning turret thing. You're too slow. I don't know if it actually deals damage though, so belt might help, but we'll see. It doesn't really matter. This thing is gonna die.
A bird can do anything to feed its young.
I will crush you!
All right, enough of this. And bye. Ooh, a big one. It was a big one. I like getting belts sometimes just to see what they have. All right, let's go port out real quick. Oh, never mind. I thought I didn't have any space. I still dodged those. You can take those up to like tier 2 and still be okay. If you have your resistances capped at 90, then it's okay. But I don't take it to 3. I just take it to 2. Because it still takes a while before they activate.
Understandable. If you're a little
40% less defense is nice.
trial yet continues.
Oh, shut up.
Your protection decays.
No bird. 40% less defense is fine. As long as there's no bird, you're good.
Kill them all.
Make sure that's still going. Yeah, it's still going. Oh, it's just killing everybody. Come out charging. So, you know, like I play him like I'm used to being slow. You know what I mean? Run, 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 run. Charge. You can run into him if you want to. I'm doing some things on purpose because I know how it's gonna follow me, right? Like I sit for a little bit for the blood and that kind of thing. This is one of those reasons why it's good to be slow, because you have a lot of lumbering steps, and that really helps. Forgot I had that. Let it go. No big deal. Easy peasy. Or augmentation, nobody cares about. Go ahead and go to the next one. At the moment you take out that bird, everything else gets easier. Until they give you some crazy when your choices are death and death. But it's not as bad. I'll take this over Tempest of Cat any day of the week. I don't like this. You're too slow. Lightning storms if you remain. Large runes, I'll take that to level 2. You definitely don't want below ops at 2. Lightning runes it too, though, is good.
Strikes twice.
Because you're always moving. The only time you have to stop is for Sunder. I don't know what this is. Oh, blood. Okay.
Offer up.
Maybe we get some rares on this one. A lot of times if you get some rares, that's always really good. All right. You know the rules. You're slow. Speed it up. Oh, God! I forgot all about it! I'm so sorry. Okay. This is how you play this map. I'm so sorry. Pay me no mind. I don't know what I'm doing. So you move around. You blow them up, you run. Charge. Run. Charge. Run. Stop. Run. Don't let him jump on you. Run. Run. This is how you beat it. That was on me. Let him come. Let it come, let it come, let it come, let it come. It's okay, let him blow. He'll be alright. I think that's okay now. Yeah, I think we're good. Y'all lucky. No. Run. Mana doesn't matter. He thinks I'm trying to avoid him. I'm not. Okay. I probably should have got him inside of a blood thingy, but, you know, whatever. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish that.
You won't escape.
Run. I thought he was yellow. Oh no, this is done? I'll be with you in a second. Sorry, just a lot of stuff happening. Do I not have enough? Oh. Oh. That one's done. Okay, it's just up here. Oh, give me some people to fight. Let's go. Okay, I get that you're following me, but I gotta kill you inside the circle. There we go. All right, y'all get back into the circle. Come. Okay, forget it. Oh, that was smart. Oh, okay, some more over here. So it just, you know, makes things take a little bit of time, but it's not that big a deal. Come on. Oh. This is why you don't trust Stampede. Because you saw what happened, right? So basically, Stampede allows you to sometimes stampede through them, but if they're spawning in, that's like a brick wall. So it stopped me right as the things were exploding. I can run, okay. It's okay to run through the red gobble thingies that are tracking you because it'll make them explode. But what it's not okay to do is run through them as the mobs are spawning because you can't hit them. Because it'll stop you in your tracks. And then you would get hit by all those gobbles and you'll get exploded. So that's exactly what happened there. So it was just a bad thing on my part because I just wasn't taking it seriously. But essentially, if that's happening, you don't want to do that directly into it. You want to go around them, run alongside them. You don't want to go through them like that. That was bad on my part. still is not, it's not too bad. It's just, you know, look at my potions, you know. I did do a few dumb things there, but it's all right. All right, roll it up. All right, last one. We don't care. He's dead. All right, so this, now we're already at 10. So it's pretty easy to run. It's not really all that crazy. And we're fighting the dragon of all people. So, hey, dragon's pretty easy. You just, whenever he hits the ground, you go hammer. He'll run away. Hammer again. Pretty straightforward.
This beast yearns for your blood.
Oh, he doesn't. Come on. Come down here. I ain't got all day. Okay, well, if he's going to do that.
From my ancestors.
Come on. All right, we'll be with him in a second. I don't want to go through that. I can, I just don't want to. Come on. There we go. All right, be with you in a second.
I'm not ready.
All right, he's gonna run away. You're dead, bro. You can yell, but it's over. See? Super easy. And you got Cowardly Fate. This guy is pretty expensive. It's like 8 Exalt. So I'll run that. If it's just, it all depends on if you get that bird early. If you get him early or if you get him late, you just got to figure out a better way to get away from him. Just don't let him football you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him take an angle on you. Either you go through it and just pot, or heal while you go through it, or you go to an angle where he can't cut you off like that. And then you'll be good. But yeah, real quick, real easy. Nothing too crazy. We have a lot of room, so I'll put this over here. Well, actually, you know what? I'll leave it there. That way you can see what we get. So we'll do the rewards. All of this is usually, ooh, that's good. That's really good. And it's 3 socket. Hey, I was about to say all of this is usually trash, but apparently not. Okay, is it trash still? Maybe, but it's 3 sockets, so I mean, it's 3 socket, bro. Like, hey, I'll take it. Oh man, that's a good one. So we have that piece. We have that piece. If you want to fight the boss, we can. We'll actually, if you want to go fight the Trial Master, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. But essentially, let me put this down. We'll just grab all this and grab this stuff too.
My satchel is full.
All right, bet. So we'll go ahead and put down the town portal. And I'll show you what I do with this, and then we'll be done for the day. A 3 socket armor. That doesn't suck from here. Rare. Almost impossible. It never happens. But I'll take it. All right, so all we do, this is actually really good. We keep that. I think these are already identified, but you know, just in case. We go to her. Trash. Trash. A lot of this is trash because you can't put anything on them. They're corrupted. Trash. 2 level to all minion skills for a helm. I'll hold it just because I don't know if that's good or not, but I think it's trash too. 25% movement speed. That's not terrible, but you can't put a socket on it or anything, so it's also trash. 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 That's a decent max life. I'll keep that. All right, bet. So this is all I do. Doriani, blah 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 blah. Alva.
Hey.
All right, currency exchange. I want exalted orbs. I have all of this. So topple tang. Okay, so it's 2 for 1. So I'll just buy 2 for 4. And that's right. All right, cool. Place order. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Yes. I want 2 for 4. There we go. There we go. And then the next one is, oh, sorry, you don't have to leave for that. I just did that on accident. Soul Chorus Kappa. Oh my god. Let's go. It's 300 to 1. I didn't even know that. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't even know. Let's go. Yo, give me my divine orbs, bro. Yes, please. Just made like $100. I don't know how much. I don't know how much these cost. I'm guessing nothing, but come on, man. Come on, man. There's no reason to not run this on him with this build. So we had a lot of losses, a lot of wins, but at the end of the day, you just made your entire build in one run. You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid, bro. That's just stupid. All right. So because we got 4 divine orbs, which is freaking crazy. Let's see. We got 5 exalted and a bunch of divine orbs. So let's go ahead and go for the big guy. So in order to go for him, I need the Deadly Fate. And I have exalts. So it's expensive, but I mean, look what we just got. Who cares? All right. Yeah, that's fine. It's 1 for 31? Oh, did it go up? Oh, it went up. Okay, whatever. Give me my stuff back. I'll go 32. I don't care. As much as we just made, it's not. Oh, now it's back down to 31. You know what, bro? Just give me my thing. All right, let's go fight the boss. This is how you're supposed to do this. I don't know. There's no instructions showing you this, but this is how you do this. This is how you run Titan. You don't map him. He's okay at mapping. Well, he's terrible at mapping. You saw what happened. He's not the best at mapping. He's good. And he can go to the verge of being great depending on how you play him. But this is how you play Titan. This is how you make your money. This is how you make your character wealthy. Has nothing to do with mapping. Has everything to do with ultimatum. I didn't even know that was expensive. I get what it's for, to increase the rarity of items found and stuff like that. Like, that's really good. But, I mean, I'll just run this. I don't care. It doesn't bother me too much. Also, I have this guy that I haven't had a chance to use, which also increases rarity of items found. So, I have a little bit myself. So, it's not like I'm upset about it. But I'll take the exalts, because what it allows me to do is I can get a second mace so that I can run 2 builds. One for bossing and one for AoE clear. So I'll take that all day long. Let's go fight the boss. So the boss kind of sucks. You can't get close to him. But, you know, that's about it, though. Outside of that, he's okay. I should have probably thrown this away. But it's okay. You can teleport out of the boss's fight, too. All right, make sure everything is still good. Everything looks good. All right, cool. Let's go fight the boss real quick. And unseal. Let me see. Oh. I was trying to see if I could see what my frame rate is, but it seems fine. All right, let's finish this out. Boss sucks. You can't get close to him, but you know, it is what it is. And also, all the stuff that you happen to get here, you don't have to deal with that against him. He talks for a long time. Don't let that hit you. Ever. See how much damage it does? Go into him. He does this for a little bit. Don't let that get to you. You know what that is. That's the thing that slows you.
Are you even trying?
I was trying to stun him. Okay. So, yeah. Highs and lows. Highs and lows. That's what we can take away from this stream. This is probably one of the craziest, best, and worst streams I've ever had, but that's pretty much the Titan for you. The class, what he is, what he's not. You kind of get a good idea. He can fight the boss, don't get me wrong, he can. He's not great at it. Because the boss, that thing that hits the ground is as bad as the wind. But if you just stay dodging and just keep him at range and don't get greedy, then you're fine. As you can see, that's pretty much the entire fight. You just can't get greedy. If you ever get greedy, he will fuck you up every single time. So that's what happened. I got greedy, got excited because of the divine orbs and got too greedy, and I took an L. So, you know, it's okay. I lost what, 30 exalts, but I gained like maybe 10, 12. So, you know, I'm not upset about it. It is what it is. It's just money. So it's just money in this game. I didn't, let's not go crazy. But the fact that I got 4 divine orbs, well, 3.5 at the end of the day, because I lost like 30. But at the same time, I gained like 10, 15. So whatever, I'll live. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I think that's a pretty good explanation of how Titan is and who this character is and who this class of this character is. He's a little bit of everything. And for the gems, I think I went over the gems for those, but let's do Stampede, Sunder, and Shield Charge. So Stampede is a 6-link, but it has no what's it called? Quality. And that's because like I got it cheap. I only got it for 1 divine, but now I have enough to go for a full true Sunder. So I'll probably do that and sell this one for like 1 divine or whatever. But it's a 6-link, I'm sorry, a 6-link Stampede. And I basically run Armor Explosion with Devastate, as well as Overpower, Magnified Effect, and Martial Tempo. And for those of you unaware, the reason why you want the quality on this one is because of the Aftershock. And then Sunder is running a 5-link, which will soon be a 6-link with what we just got. And for its quality is accuracy penalty based on distance. I can take this corrupted. Like, I'm not really too worried about this. Like, I mean, I don't really go, 12 meters away and 90% less accuracy for targets further away than 12 meters. I don't really run into that situation too much. So it doesn't really bother me if this guy is corrupted the way the Stampede is. But anyway, I'm running Heavy Swing, Heft, Brutality, and Super Critical because I thought Super Critical was really cool because it's an automatic crit. So it 100% crit damage. If I hit you, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? But it's only if I hit you when your armor broken, which is what I was trying to do because I would make that match a lot quicker. But it is what it is. This made me get greedy when I didn't need to be. I could have just got it out the way. That last hit, the reason why I died from it is because it makes those things come on the ground and those things will kill you. So yeah, that's all it is. And that's what I run on my Sunder. As you can see, I took away, what's it called? Upheaval. Because I don't like the, well, it makes it really wide arc, but I don't need it to do that anymore. I have Stampede. So now that I have Stampede, this is my killer when this is off cooldown. See, the damage is the same. So whether I hit you with Hammer of the Gods or I hit you with Sunder, they both hurt. You know what I mean? So when you shield Hammer of the Gods and do it together, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, now it's on cooldown, but whenever you do them together, it's so much damage that it really, really hurts. So that I do like. I still have it. It's just my Sunder is slow because I don't have Martial Tempo on it. Like, if you see real quick, like, it's a big difference. Now it lines up with Hammer of the Gods. So now, like, for example, see what I mean? So it's still there. It's still, I still have it. It's just, I rather this have Super Critical. I'd rather this have Martial Tempo. It just is what it is. And then Shield Charge just has Second Wind and Break Posture and a Fire Infusion. You gotta have Second Wind. If you're running Ultimatum, then you gotta have Second Wind, because if you run into the bird later on, he'll kill you. You gotta run Second Wind. So there's no way around this. You have to run Shield Charge when fighting the bird because the Leaf Slam is too slow. And the Leaf Slam doesn't take you far enough to get away from the wind. It'll take you into the wind and you'll just die, but it won't get you far away enough. And Stampede is too slow. So you have to have Shield Charge in order to get away from the wind, but just don't take bad corners like I did. Take bad angles is what they say. Going back to my football days, don't take bad angles. Like, don't be bad. So just go through it or go to an angle that it can't cut you off and you'll be fine. And yeah. I think that pretty much does it. So we made a ton of money, a ton of money, and got to show you what a Titan is at the end of the day, what he is and what he isn't. Any other build that's an iteration of this, or iteration, like obviously my build is bunker, but some people run shield charge, some people run totem, some people run this and that and all that. This pretty much is what he is. He's not the best mapper. I don't care how fast you make him. His moves are slow, making him not the best mapper in the world. But what he is, he's excellent at ultimatum. Oh my God. So all you do is get all the maps you can, and I don't care what level it is, if it's 80, 75, 79, whatever, I don't care. But ideally you want to go as high as humanly possible. So if you can get an 80, that's great. And then just run it over and over again. Sometimes you get the birds at the end, sometimes you get the bird at the beginning, but the bird is the only one who stops you. He's the only problem you have in this entire game is that bird. If you get the bird first, it's a wrap. I don't care what they give you. It's a wrap. So as long as you stay away from things like 50% more chaos damage, you don't really want to mess with that. Anything going to tier 3, you don't want to mess with that. And you don't want the ruin guy to follow you and try to attack you. You're too slow. As long as you stay away from those guys and the area pop thing, because that takes you from half your health. I don't care who you are. It just takes you from half your health. As long as you stay away from all those, you're fine. And yeah, that pretty much explains how good Warrior is. That's him top of his class. And he just made 4 divines. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this video, like button. If you really like it, go to subscribe. I love you either way. Take care. All the best. And bye. I will see you next time. Have a Merry Christmas. Peace.